everybody, it's me. So here we are. I figured I show you me and a whole bunch of other things. So if you have read the community posts, you know that I have gotten a new mattress, which I'm very happy about. Um, and I needed to move around our bedroom a little because this mattress is much much bigger than my old one was. My old one was a full size, and this one is a king size. So it not only means that I had to find a new way for putting my furniture because it just was. It's huge. This thing is huge, but I also have to make my quilt larger. So my little 1 inch hexi quilt is now going to take longer to be done. But anyway, so I figured I show you what I was busy with all week. Um, and I probably will take next weekend off because we are gonna be busy this coming week with running errands and stuff. It's the beginning of the month. We're always busy going grocery shopping. Since we're doing grocery shopping only once a month, it takes like 2 days for us to get it all done because we also only take public transport. We don't have a car, so we only take public transport anywhere we go. And on a bus you can only take so many things. So it always takes a little while. So anyway, since I'm gonna be busy next week, and then on the 19th I'll be gone visiting a friend of mine, hey Sid, down in California, and I'm gonna be there for 2 weeks. So I probably will make vacation videos because I'm super excited to go there, and I'm really looking forward to it. And I'm already making lists and starting to pack things. I have all my watercolors picked out that I want to take, and I probably could do a little video on that maybe next week. Anyway, so I figured I'll just show you the room how it is now. We're not quite finished. My husband over there still has a couple of things to do, just decorating his side of the room. And since there were a couple of pieces of furniture that are not coming back in here, like I had a desk over under the window with a bunch of plants on it, and we decided to put that in the front in the living room now, to for my husband to use as a desk because he fixes computers and he does editing, and he does he does a lot of things and he needs a desk. So we decided to sort of make our living room our studio, because we really don't use it a lot. So my desk is already in there. I want to get a big piece of wood to just extend the desks a little and make like this one wall desk space so I can leave my sewing machine out and all that stuff. And I'll show you that maybe when it's done. Anyway, so I figured I show you what we have done here so far, and the 2 journals that I have been working on this week. One is for me as a workbook to put all my patterns in it, to consolidate those because they're all over the place, the ones I wrote. And one is for my husband, and I think he wants to take it on the vacation. I'm not sure yet. I think he said he does want to take it. So I guess I'm just gonna turn you around and show you how far we've got so far. Hold on. There we go. All right, so let's start here. This is my little blanket ladder. It's mostly, just blankets. That's what it's for. And here's the chest of drawers. It's my clothes in there. And my orchids that I put in here because I think they're going to do really well in here, better than up front. My fish, and a little dress that I got from a friend of mine. I made the little heart. Here is my embroidery floss that's hanging up on the wall. My portfolio, a couple of my purses. This is a basket full of all the projects I'm working on right now. So there's my embroidery journal and the baby quilt and a shawl, a winter shawl that I'm working on because I'm trying to switch my wardrobe over to handmade, and I think this would be nice instead of a coat. So that's what I'm working on. It's going to be hopefully really, really big. So up here there's my 2 baseball caps, And there's some of my jewelry. I found him at the thrift store and I fell in love with him, so I brought him home. And I asked my daughter if she has a piece of wood that I could put him on, and so she brought me this and said, oh, you just need to straighten the top out. But I really, really like that it's not straight. Let me see if I can zoom out a little. There you go. So I just really like how it looks up there. And there's part of my jewelry on there. And there is my here is my embroidery journal hanging up on the wall, getting bigger and bigger. And there's the unused ones back there. Oh, a friend gave me that. Isn't that just the cutest little thing? I just love it so much. And another friend gave me that. I love it also so much. Here are some plants I'm rooting. More of my jewelry. Here's my nightstand with my tea. My friend Sandy gave me this little doily, and I just absolutely love it. It's just so happy and, you know, colorful. I love it. Sorry about my fingers there. I made this. It's where I put my cell phone at night when I watch, you know, some shows or something. I can pop it on there and it's not falling around. A couple of my pillows. Here's my view. I'm looking out on this green belt. My windows are not dirty. It's like on the inside of the window they have these speckles. I don't know if you can see them. I have no idea what they are. They've been there since I moved in. They just don't wash off. I don't know where they came from, so no idea. This little thing had a plant in it, but I took the plant out. I'm gonna look for a different one. I have some things hung up here. We have some plants up here. This plant pot is going to be exchanged because I really hate it. And there's going to be a couple more plants up there eventually. These two lanterns we eventually are going to make in our just overhead lights once probably we come back from our vacation. There are some fairy lights up there that are solar powered, so they will turn on at night. And they're solar powered. There's the solar thing for it, so they don't cost me any energy, which is nice. And I have this up there. And I need new bedding because all my sheets and everything is too small for this giant behemoth of a bed. And I need a bed skirt so I can, you know, hide everything that's just stored down there. There's a cat. Say hello, Bismarck. Say hello, Bismarck. Hi. Okay. No autographs. This is my husband's side of the room. Like I said, it's not finished yet. There's still some stuff that needs to be put away. And I want some more stuff on the walls here. Here's the other side, the other window. It's also looking out on the green belt. This little spider plant on the windowsill here, my cat's knocked over a gazillion times, and it's just so sad. I'm trying to fix it. The last time they knocked it over was when it was in the front room waiting to come back in here, and it needs new dirt and everything. Poor little thing. So I'll take care of it and I will pamper it a bit. But yeah, this is cats. They don't like this plant for some reason. I don't know why. Here is where they sit when they're not eating my plants, so that they can look out a little. This I'm planning on making into actually a working lamp because I really, really love it. Not a you know, just with a wire it up. A friend of mine gave me that, and my husband and I think it's so funny because it's those, I don't know if you've watched Bob's Burgers. Those are the dice from Bob's Burgers. And I thought it was so funny. So anyway, this is my room. It's almost done. It's not quite done, but you know, here we are. Now, let me show you the workbooks. So here's one. This one is also not quite finished because I haven't had time to just sit down. And there's Radish out there. Let's see if I can zoom in a little. There's Radish. Hey, Radish. No, she's also not in the mood. Okay, a little further out. All right, so and my closet is going to have some fabric over the top eventually, just it's not finished yet. So anyway, here's my workbook. It was a Lifetime book before, so it was the pirates, about pirates. It was a book about pirates. It was about this thick. I took the spine out. I gave it a new spine because I wanted it to be a large book, so I had lots of room in there. This is a sketch I did in one of my sketchbook ages ago. This is some wrapping paper that I dyed, and eventually it's going to say the Pirates Workbook up here. Because, you know, Sidewalk Pirate. I thought it was funny. So, well, you know. And I dyed all the paper that is going, that went in here. I have so many composition books that have all my patterns and stuff in it that I wrote. And, you know, stuff like that. And they're all over the place because they're full, and I use them, like I had composition books for years and years when I was designing, and I just write in it as I, you know, design my patterns, either, you know, up front, or I put little sketches in, like this one, so that I can remember what I wanted it to look like, or sort of. And then I just, you know, I knit. Here is a fully printed one that was just flying around. There's a couple of sock patterns, and I had them just all flying around the house and in different composition books, and I just wanted them all in one place because, you know, one is easier to take care of than 7 or 8. This is another pattern. I think I glued it in here. Anyway, can't get it out now. Hold on. Yeah, I can't get it out right now. I think I glued it in. This is another pattern, and I still have the mittens that were made from that pattern that I wrote. So these are right here. I no longer wear these. They've been, you know, they're quite a few years old. So I just put this in here, and they get stuck in there to be with the pattern because I thought that was fun. Just something different. And these pages are 2 composition books that were partially used. So I took all the pages out and I tea-dyed them. I put them in with some cinnamon and coffee and tea in a big pot of mine that I have for dyeing, and it's an aluminum pot, and the bottom, what is it called? The no stick surface is coming off. That's why I'm only using it for dyeing, but the aluminum kind of gives it, you know, really cool. And I don't mind that it's ripped because I just glue things over the top anyway. Or, you know, and now I have one place where I can write my patterns in for quite a while. I think there's like over 200 pages in this thing. I'm really happy. I have a couple of my sewing patterns in here. This is a pattern I made to make a cover for my hot water bottle. And I can put it in here. I can use it again if I need a new one. So it's in here. This was a pattern I made for... I embroidered the yoke of my husband's shirt on the back. It's sort of a cowboy shirt, and so I embroidered on it, and this was for me to transfer the pattern that I designed it on here, and then I transferred it that way because I could not find any transfer paper anywhere. And, you know, so I just drew it on here, and I poked all the holes because I wanted at least those vines to be symmetrical on both sides, and the flowers kind of were just you know, free willy embroidered on there, but I wanted the vines to be the same on each side. So I made this pattern for it, and so I'm just gluing them in here so that I don't lose them. I have them all in one place. It's, you know, just nice to know where everything is, and now I only have to keep track of one thing instead of 5. Oh, here. These are yoga pants that I made that I need to fix a couple of things on. And this is the one that I made for my husband. He asked me to draw this for him. So I did. There's that. And I did, let me open this up. This is velvet, blue velvet. And here's the inside of it. This is some handwritten notes that I got from Sandy, my friend. Some musical sheets. My husband likes music a lot. He used to work in radio and TV, and so that's why we chose this. He also has some hand-dyed paper in here, and also a whole bunch of pages. There's some more music notes back here, and just some, other stuff. I love this guy. Isn't he cute? And that is his little book, and I think he wants to take it on the road with him for vacation. And that's pretty much all I have to show for today. I'm still working on the embroidery journal. That has just little, this week I just embroidered tiny little hearts in rainbow colors, one after the other, because I was tired and didn't really want to have something with a lot of fuss around. And just this is for me to keep writing new patterns in it as well, and to keep where is it here? These are sock patterns that I did for my husband a couple of years ago when the kids were still home, when I called him Dad. So this was when the kids were still home, and it just kind of, this is how I write sock patterns out for myself, so that I can make the second one then, the same way. And I keep them because sometimes I like to revisit them, or if I have the same kind of yarn again or something, or want to just make another one like it, I have it here. I have my commonplace book that is up front, though. I can get it in a little bit if you want to see it. That I write special things in it, like my husband's favorite sock patterns are in there that I designed for him, that I know he will want me to reknit when the socks are beyond fixing. Right now they're all getting fixed, but once they're beyond that, there comes a point where I'm saying, you know what, I no longer want to fix these socks. Then I can just reknit them for him. Hold on, let me show you what I am contending with, just so that you know. These socks I made for him at least 10 years ago, and he just doesn't want to give them up. So I fixed them, and I fixed them, and I fixed them. Let me put on some more light. And I fixed them. And this is what they look like. And this isn't even the worst one. There's some here, and he just doesn't want to give them up. So I fixed them, and he wears another hole in it. And again, this isn't even the worst one. He has a pair that I finally pried off his feet that didn't even have a bottom anymore, because he didn't want me to see how bad they got. So he was hiding them and just putting on shoes. And but I finally pried them off and said, you know what, no way, I'm going to reknit them. But those patterns are in the other book, in my comment. Let me go grab that for you really quick. Right, so this is my, I need to hold you this way, sorry. So this is my commonplace book. It is just a commonplace for things. That's, as the name says, it's a commonplace for things that I don't want to forget, that I want to keep in a special place, that don't necessarily fit in categories, or you know what I mean. So I made, this is a fairly new one that I just recently made, so it's not quite very full. There's not much in it yet. It's a very old book. I thought that was really, really cute. So I just keep sayings in it that I don't want to forget. Or here, Bear's favorite socks. So these are the socks that I designed for my husband. Here are some of the patterns. I think that is even this one. That's this one. So these are some of his very favorite socks that I know he might want me to knit again. I keep these in here with measurements, from, here's another one that I Here's another one. These are different patterns that are going up at different places in the sock. And they are all written out. I used to hand copy them because I'm always out of printer ink. I don't know why. Some stuff that is just flying around my desk. Sometimes I just glue them in here so that they're no longer flying around. This is a piece of fabric. My cat Radish. This one out there. She stole that from my stash. And, oops, the other way. There we go. She stole that from my fabric stash. It was just a big long strip, and it's her favorite toy, so I just cut a tiny little bit off the bottom, and I glued it in here because I wanted to remember that. This is my dog Socrates. He was a Chinese crested. He died about 6 years ago now, and I made him sweaters, and these are all his measurements, so I can make his sweater. And I just found that in one of those little notebooks that I kept to, where I wrote all this in on the daily when I was at the yarn shop and did these things. And I found it, and it's just special to me, so I put it in this book rather than in my workbook. And this is the blanket from my grandson. These are the fibers that I used for it. They're from my friend Sandy. She sent me fiber samples and then spun samples. These are the ones that I used for the blanket. And I put them in here. They're probably going to go in this cellophane bag, and then I'll attach them either to this bag, to this page, or the next one. And I just wrote out the pattern that I made for the blanket for him. And here are a couple of, since I have you here, this is my friend Sandy's business card. If you need wool for felting or for spinning or for, I don't know, if you want her to spin some yarn just for a special project, go contact Sandy, go to her website. It's really great. She does great work, and I know I mention her a lot. She is a really great friend of mine, and I'm not just saying that she does great work because she's my friend, but because she really does great work. So go to sanctuarywool.com or email her, because if you need something done, she can get as close to getting it, the way you envisioned it as anybody possibly can. I talked to her about the yarn that I wanted for my blanket, and I mean, it couldn't have been better. She nailed it. And if you need anything, she does really great work. And I think that's it. I have little pieces of fabric from the baby quilt that I'm working on for my other grandchild that are going to go in here, and I'll write a little bit about that blanket in it. And so this is my commonplace book for my more personal and private things that I that are just dear to my heart, that I want to keep a little closer. And this is going to be a workbook that I actually work in, and that I will write the patterns in that I'm, coming up with from here on out. I don't know how to express that. And anything, like I said, my sewing stuff and, just anything can live in here. And if I need something, I know where to look for it. And I don't have to thumb through 12 of these little books to find what I'm looking for, if that makes any sense. I just want to consolidate things and just make them less, if that makes any sense. I have so much, and I just want to have less, or at least have it more organized so that I know where things are. My fabric stash is going to go in that chest of drawers, and what doesn't fit is going to probably, I still have another chest of drawers in the living room that I can put a couple of things in, but I really want to cull out what fabrics I don't use, because I have a couple that I probably won't use because I just don't like them, or the colors just don't fit for anything. So I really need to have them move on to a place where they will be used. We have a fabric thrift store in town. It's called Rag Finery, that they probably get donated to. the ones that I don't use, and I know I should probably not go, because I know I go and I find a ton of things that I absolutely need to get. It's always the same, but that's where I get some of my fabrics from, and they're all secondhand. They're all donated there from people who no longer use them. They have fabric from clothes. They have fabric from just yardages. They get yarn donated. It's really, really a great thing. And if you don't have something like that in your area, maybe you really want to suggest to somebody to do that. It's nice to have. You you can get these things at the thrift store, obviously, but this is a shop that caters just to that, and it's it's absolutely amazing. It's absolutely amazing. I just it's really great. You should see if you can get something like that in your area, or if you have something like that, cuz it's awesome. Anyway, that's what I've been up to. I need to do the living room next, and then the balcony needs to be done for the season. I'm probably gonna start on that this week as well, when it's nice out, and I show you the rest, some other day when it's finished. And I'm sorry this is not a thrilling video, but it's all I have right now. I'm so sorry. I didn't want to go another week without anything. Um, and well, that's it. That's it. That's all I got. Sorry. Anyway, I'll try to see if I can put something little together for next week, but I think I'm going to cut down to posting every other week, just because um, I like making video, but I also like making things, and you know, so we'll see though. I'll let you know. I will put it in the community section, what I decide. So, anyway, I hope you have a great week ahead of you. I hope it's going to be a great new month. It's starting, and have fun, you guys, and I hope I see you here again. All right? See you later. Bye.